You know, money doesn't grow on trees, but maple leaves do. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about how obviously money doesn't grow on trees and why you should be doing everything in your power to get as close to buying back your time as possible, since after all, many of us make our money by selling our time. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. I have a giveaway going on right now. Join before August 1st if you want to get entered. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer a friend by the end of the month and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks. Refer 3 friends by the end of the month and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So today, I wanted to talk about how a majority of us go about making money, or should I say currency. Many of us, most of us, probably all of us, assuming you're not retired. Maybe you are retired, in which case, past tense, not present tense. But we make our money by going to work every day. I make videos for the working class, I like to believe. I have a job. Most of the people watching my video have a job, and if they don't have a job, they're looking for a job. I know times are pretty tough right now. I'm not, putting anybody down who got laid off by any means. I'm just talking about how many of us pay our bills by clocking in and clocking out every day. We have an hourly wage or an annual salary. And ever since I entered the whole financial world and started to really open my eyes to what's actually going on, I started to notice a couple of things that are actually pretty concerning. One thing that I noticed is that by having an hourly wage or an annual salary, that is your boss's way, or the company that you work for's way, of letting you know how much an hour of your time or a year of your life is worth to them. It's the harsh reality. And I understand that maybe your boss doesn't have complete and total control over that. That's not what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, that's what's going on. And if you want to make that amount of dollar bills, you need to sell them an hour of your life or a year of your life for that hourly wage or annual salary. So with that being the case, I want to encourage everyone out there to start thinking of ways that they can go about making money without selling their time, because with that comes a cap. You're only allowed to make so many dollars per hour or so many dollars per year, unless of course you have the opportunity to get bonuses and overtime and stuff like that. But that's not what I'm talking about here, because even with that, there's a limit. And I also understand that not all of us can be the next Elon Musk or Steve Jobs or anyone out there who can just come up with the next big thing, the next innovative idea that ends up being groundbreaking, world dominating, and just becomes a household name or product. I understand not all of us can do that. I don't even know if I can necessarily do that. And I know for sure that it's a very, 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 very small percentage of people who can actually make that happen. All the stars need to align, everything needs to, line up perfectly and whatnot. You need to have the right idea at the right time, with the right people at the right place. All that, I understand. So it's not like all of us can just come up with an idea and say, oh, simple. Problem solved, I'll just become a billionaire. Trust me, I understand it's not that simple. I friggin' wish it was that simple, good God. But once you start to realize that your paycheck is only handed to you because you're selling your time, you're going to start to you're at least going to want to start thinking of ways that you can go about making money without selling your time. You're going to be starting to look for ways of obviously selling your time for dollars, but then what can you do with those dollars? What is something smarter you can do with your dollars so that the money you make can be potentially preserved, or maybe the money you make can be invested into something that can also stand a chance of preserving that value, or maybe even appreciate in value as time goes by, or maybe even generate a little bit of cash flow. You see, something else I noticed once I got involved in the financial world was that the tax code was written for business owners, landlords, and investors. Coincidentally, it was also written by business owners, landlords, and investors. When I realized that, it kind of got the ball rolling for me, and I started thinking to myself, I was like, man, maybe, just maybe, I should figure out a way to become either a business owner, a landlord, and or an investor. I didn't know how many tax breaks there were. I didn't know that there were so many benefits. And I'm not just talking about financially, by the way. But when it comes to everything that I'm talking about here, I'm going to spin this into a stacking direction at this point. I was just trying to build up to it. Silver and gold stands a far better chance of appreciating in value than the dollar bill. And you want to know why I say that? It's because the dollar bill is quite literally unable to appreciate in value. It can't happen. A dollar bill will never be a $1.10 bill. It ain't gonna happen. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that a troy ounce of silver will ever be a 1.1 troy ounce silver coin or whatever. This right here, this is never gonna just magically become a troy ounce and a half or a troy ounce and a quarter or anything like that, but it can appreciate in value as time goes by. Just like a house can appreciate in value, just like a business or the products and services can appreciate in value, just like investments, broad market index funds can appreciate in value over an extended period of time. And guess what? That beats a savings account. A savings account will appreciate in value, or should I say appreciate in currency. They give you that 0.000001% interest. So yeah, you technically are making a little bit off of that. It's not much. One could argue it's not really anything at all, but it's still something. It's still a fraction of a penny, a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny for every dollar you have in there. Sure. But guess what? It's going to get eaten alive by inflation, even when inflation is low. Even when we have ideal inflation, around 2%, it still gets eaten alive. So imagine how it's going to perform during times like these where we're looking at 9.1% inflation. Good God, I don't even want to think about that. Meanwhile, and I'm not saying right off the bat, but over an extended period of time where we go through our ups and downs within the economy, I personally believe that both silver and gold, especially gold, by the way. I know silver is my precious metal of choice. I know it's my priority metal. But I do think gold is the much more stable metal between the two. And I do understand why that's why the big dogs, the multi-millionaires and billionaires grab those big gold bars in preparation for tough times. Silver is much more volatile. It can present more buying opportunities, but gold is much more stable. They both have their pros and their cons, and I personally believe each one's pros outweigh the other one's cons, so that's why I stack both metals. But it stands a chance of appreciating in value And I personally believe it absolutely will. Similar could be said about business stocks and real estate. And not only that, when you go to sell, it's taxed at a much lower rate. And I know physical silver and gold, I know a lot of people part ways with their precious metals or intend on parting ways with their precious metals without paying taxes or without reporting it. If that's what you're going to do, hey, I can't control what you do. We got free will over here. I just don't want to, don't incriminate yourself in the comment section on my videos anyway. The point being is that long-term capital gains, that tax rate right there is so much lower than the regular tax rate that you're hit with just by simply working a job. So capital appreciation, when something becomes worth significantly more over an extended period of time, after at least 1 year, that long-term capital gains, lower tax rate. And guess what? Not only that, cash flow that's producing. I understand silver and gold don't produce cash flow, but businesses or stocks or real estate like rental income and whatnot, or dividends and distributions, taxed at a lower rate than active income. So the point I'm trying to get across is that money obviously does not grow on trees. Just because I'm out here in the woods every day, it seems, making videos about money, doesn't mean that I'm walking around these trees and just, plucking money off of them. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, I wish that it did. It would make sense why I spend so much time out here, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I just wanted to make this video to remind everyone that when you go to work, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone from their jobs, I'm not trying to make anybody hate their jobs or anything like that. I just think it's important to understand that by simply going to work, you are in fact selling your time. If you have an hourly wage or an annual salary, you're being told how much an hour of your time or how much a year of your life is worth. And I personally don't agree with that. I don't subscribe to that way of thinking. It doesn't make sense to me, and it's not how I want to go about living my life. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, and what I've been doing for several years now, is I continue going to work. I continue selling my time. I continue trading my hours for dollar bills. But then I take those dollar bills and I study the different markets, I study what's going on, and I try to come to the best conclusion possible and make the best decision possible. How can I take this currency and create the most value? What can I do? Because there are different, things that are going on in the world. Sometimes it might make more sense to put a larger amount of dollar bills into precious metals and a smaller amount of dollar bills into an investment, and vice versa. When things are going on, it might make more sense to put smaller amount of dollar bills into precious metals and a larger amount of dollar bills into an investment, depending on whether or not I consider myself to be playing financial offense versus financial defense. Is now the time to be preserving what I have, or is now the time to be building what I can have in the future? It really depends on what's going on. It really depends on what's taking place. It really depends on so many different factors. So when I get paid, when I get that paycheck, when I'm handed my specific amount of currency that I made for forking over my time, I try to figure out what's the best move I can make right now. Now, typically on a typical month, I go after some silver. I may or may not get some gold. I get gold frequently, but not every month. But on a month-to-month basis, I'm stacking silver and I'm investing. I'm saving very little. The only currency I'm saving is the currency I'm saving up for a much larger investment or a much larger conversion. But I try to do the math and I try to figure out, I was like, what's the best move to make? How can I use my active income to produce passive income or build wealth or preserve wealth in the smartest way possible? Because I don't think you can just make simple decisions like this blindly and and with it being the best decision. I think a lot of these decisions, if you put all of your money into silver, or all your money into gold, or all of your money into stocks, or all of your money into real estate, I don't think that's a bad idea. I think it's a way better idea than putting all your money in a savings account. But I want to make sure, or I try to make sure that I'm allocating those dollars and putting however much I need to put into silver that month, however much I need to put into gold, however much I need to put into an investment. And like I said, it really comes down to what else is going on in the world. So those are just some of my thoughts, some of my opinions. I'm not a financial advisor. What do I know? I'm just documenting my journey, my experience, my opinions. That's my alarm, by the way, to make sure these videos aren't too long. So I'm going to wrap it up right here. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic about how money doesn't grow on trees. Money comes from you selling your time. Let me know your thoughts. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. T-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month. I have one going on right now. Join before August 1st if you want to get entered. Live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog, and there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. Refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you not only 30 free random stocks, 10 each, but they're also going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver and gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Would you agree that money doesn't grow on trees? And when it comes to selling your time, forking over your hours or years of your life in order to make this active income, how do you go about allocating that active income? Are you using it to preserve as much wealth as possible, or are you using it to help build a passive income stream? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything, everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.